All right, now here we have the new logo, much better than the one in the previous episode. And we also have the bats in the background. Yeah, much less awkward than just silence. That is the voice of Starling Cinema, the first guest opening narrator of an episode. Yes. Oh, oh, that crappy background. Oh my gosh. And of course, MadBat is Jason Todd. Oh yes, he is just awesome possum. I love MadBat as Jason. Oh yeah, yep, grounded. Yep, the Bat Bros can all still be grounded by Bat Dad. Even the adult ones. I wanted to set up this kind of dynamic where at times Dick and Jason behave slash are treated like teenagers, while Tim often behaves like a 12-year-old, and Damian at times like a toddler. It's a lot of fun to write. Oh, and you saw the first epic transition, which became a running thing in the series. Ah, yes, the dramatic Batman versus Mr. Freeze bit. I think this scene really establishes that despite my take on the DC characters being more comedic at times, I, gen- I generally still have them act like they're more serious iterations. Batman is still a superhero, and Mr. Freeze is still a supervillain that has killed people.
Hello there, this is Coffee Cheese, the voice of Batman.
So we have Mr. Freeze here holding a cryo cannon that I built myself from random spare parts because I was displeased with how the gun actually looked when we got it. Personally, I was not a fan of Lego's original design, so I spent some time just cobbling this together while we were watching some TV program or another. We also have Zach in this scene voicing Mr. Freeze. Nice touch with the echo, by the way. Very animated series. And from what I can remember from the voice acting booth, the whole "you're sick, Victor, you need help" line took multiple tries to actually try and get right, because I was supposed to be shouting at him, but I'm also trying to, do the whole Batman, you need help shtick. So there was a little bit of struggle trying to figure out how to get that together.
Hey, I'm back. So yeah, it's my thing with my DC Comics viz is they're mostly comedic, but not only is there still stakes, I try to keep the heart as well, the heart. In a lot of these like comedic Lego takes on DC and Marvel, the characters are kind of mean spirited. I mean, that's how they're depicted, because that's like the kind of comedy most people try to go for. But I wanted to change it up a bit and kind of make it so that they do generally care about each other, and that's very clear. Yeah. Oh, here comes uh referencing other characters, and God, that background, it's just a shirt. Thank God I eventually updated it. Oh, Black Mask. By the way, oh, 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 they just mentioned back there the Joker being the super Joker and now in a coma. A callback to Damian's super babysitter that wouldn't be followed up on until episode 11, 2 years later. Yep, no matter how big a tough guy Jason is, he's still Dick's little brother. I love that dynamic. Uh, yes, the Iceberg Lounge. On a sign. I couldn't build the actual lounge at the time, but here's a sign with a reference to the Penguin's first appearance in Detective Comics number 58. You saw his address being 0058 and on Nolan North Lane, because the voice of Penguin in the Arkham games. Check out the duck car reference to the Penguin's duck car in Batman Returns. Rob O'Dwyer, of course, is voicing the drunken Penguin. He's doing a Cockney accent, which is fantastic. The figure is actually modeled after the Penguin's appearance in the Arkham City video game. Pretty cool, right? Dang, I really love Rob's performance in this. He's a fantastic actor. You should all check him out. He's done a ton of stuff. Just fantastic. He actually voiced Carnage for me a few years ago. Oh, and of course, the umbrella, the machine gun umbrella. Oh, yeah. Oh, and there was a Breaking Bad reference with the Albuquerque drug lab. That's what that was. Oh, yeah. But Batman, I didn't even do anything. Like the reference. That's sort of a reference, I guess, too, when the Joker said that in the Forest Fire videos. Forest Fire 101 videos. I actually made the sound effects for the Penguin's glass myself. Yep, Jason's violent actions being treated like a small bad habit. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, yeah, and the end with Damian in the corner for what's implied to be even worse than nearly killing two elderly men by shooting them. Yeah, that's just one of my favorite Damian moments. And another depiction of him being treated like a toddler, where he's simply sent to stand in the corner in timeout for something terribly horrible. And there you have it. Episode 2. This and episode 1 are sort of like, oh yeah, Adam West. Still miss him. Still miss your Bright Knight. Anyway, what was I saying? And there you have it, episode 2. This and episode 1 are sort of like a 2-part pilot to the series, because they established tone. They kind of established the tone and the dynamic between the boys, I think, pretty well. I think it's, yeah. Plus, again, oh my God, MadBat is fantastic as Jason Todd. He's like my favorite character to write on the show.
Hey, it's Coffee Cheese again.
In all seriousness, though, MadBat's performance as Red Hood is amazing. I can't help but get a feel of the Jensen Ackles Jason Todd from the Under the Red Hood movie whenever I hear his voice. Wonderfully well done. Also, let it be known that grounding the Robins is one of the most fun things to do in these videos. Okay, Coffee Cheese out.
Yeah, Lobo, voiced by Energetic Dre, as he's known now. Yeah, he used to be Energetic Lego Films, but yeah. I know it says with MadBat Productions in the title, but here's the thing: that is still true, not clickbait. But here's the thing: I'm gonna play it for you now because it just felt too good to just place randomly within the video. So here it is, and it's in mostly entirety. So I'm gonna play that for you now. You guys enjoy that, and see you next time when I talk about the Halloween special.
I remember opening my email about a few times. I usually got contacted through my email mainly. Sometimes it was the comment sections, and Skinny Zach had offered me a voicing role as one of the Robins in his series, and I was like, oh cool, is it Tim Drake, Dick Grayson? He said Jason Todd. At that moment, I was a little bit on shaky ground, because I didn't think that I would be as great as a Jason Todd. He said, no, it's all comical. I'm like, okay, I could probably roll with it. I apparently took the character to a whole new world and made him a little bit of myself. And I will admit, everything that happened from that day forward, it was pretty much genius. I think it worked well for the series, worked well for everyone else. Now, I'm normally used to voicing serious characters like Batman, or sometimes even Captain America to Iron Man, Superman even. I think I voiced Superman once, and that was pretty much it. But with Jason, I get to have fun. I get to let loose a little bit with my creative thinking and a little bit of my language. But at the end of the day, I do think that it is great to see that there are so many people who actually enjoy some of my ad-libbing. Normally, Skinny just wants me to read what's on the script, but he also lets me ad-lib, since some of my ad-libs are a little bit out there, but they also fit within this character's context. As Jason is still kind of a kid at heart, he's just trying to be a little bit of a rambunctious teenager, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. The whole edgy persona, just taken to a whole new level. But since he died at such a young age, that is still with him, that is still haunting him, and it's with those haunting moments that he tries to bring out the comedy. That is Robin to me. He still finds something in everything. And yeah, there's always going to be a point where I think that maybe one day I won't actually do a good job, or I won't say a line just right or how Zach wants me to say it. But when I do, I think that he will understand that I'm still good. I'm still ready to work. I got range if I need to lend my voice to different characters. I can help out. For the entirety of this episode, I was kind of doing a little bit of a Jason Eccles impression, and that right there, it was nice. It was nice to do. I felt like that was a nice introduction to get everyone a little bit familiar with that. Except after that, I kind of drop it, and I just straight up talk like this for the rest of the entire series. And I think that kind of worked. It worked well enough, I think. And I think my character's introduction was priceless, just being in trouble. Just for this illustration, I mean, Freeze technically stepped out in front of that bullet. You can clearly see it. He was just ready for it. The series is a little bit of a weird way comical, but also at a weird way a little bit dramatic. And that's why I like that weird dramatic ground. And that's why I normally stayed on with the show, just because I wanted to see how weird Skinny would take it. And he always takes it to the next level. And I love it.